Yeah, hey. They say the moon landing was fake. JFK, man, they wanted him erased. Aliens in bunkers, government lies, chemtrails painting secrets in the skies. It's a co-host, dual voice, or the code. Digging through the chaos down every dark road. New world order, we taking names. Bigfoot's real and he knows the game. Conspiracy chaos where the truth gets wild. From pyramids to lizard kings in exile. They hide it all, but we pull the thread. So buckle up tight, it's all in your head. Conspiracy chaos where the truth gets wild. From pyramids to lizard kings in exile. They hide it all, but we pull the thread. So buckle up tight, it's all in your head.
This is conspiracy chaos. Truth, fiction, or both? Let's dive in.
Let's go and welcome back to another episode of Conspiracy Chaos. My name is RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in. A little different episode here tonight. No co-host just yet. Mikey might be jumping on, but joining me tonight as the co-host is we got my man Drew, Conspiracy of a Dead Man. What's up, Drew?
Not too much, man. How you doing? RGB, thank you for having me.
Always, brother. Always, man. I'm living a dream, brother. You know that. Just chilling. Just got home from a basketball game. Been a long night, but a lot of shit going on in the conspiracy world. We were chopping up a little bit about some of the stuff going on, especially with the Epstein situation, and then there's just a lot of moving parts all over the place right now, man. What have you been seeing out there?
Truth. Man, I've been seeing hoax. I've been seeing the real stuff. I've been hearing about some of them tasting like cream cheese. I'm like, I don't know. Other than that, I don't know. Like, I'm not trying to get into the dips.
It's really like some of the stuff too. Like that's the thing too now with AI, and we were just talking about this when we had XG on. Like, how far is AI gonna go? And it's to the point like you really got to pay attention to see what these videos are real or not. You know, like it's difficult, and some of them are really fucking good, dude. They're really good. So it's definitely tough. Trying to find some of the ones that I sent to the chaos chat here. But yeah, I'm surprised we got what we got so far. I didn't think we were gonna get much of anything. I'm wondering what our buddy Cash Patel. I mean, he told Rogan a couple months ago that the files existed. Well, what the fuck is all this?
Yeah, I feel like they're gaslighting. It's like I just found out what gaslighting is, so that's why I'm using that term. But I'm like, something's off when they tell you, like, I'm gonna show you, and then his eyes get all big and start crossing, and you're like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? Looks like he's got some issues. But yeah, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, the stuff never existed once they're in power. I'm like, I don't know. You weren't saying that 2 months ago before you took the position.
Yeah. There's some funny videos that people are putting out there, man. It's I seen this one AI one today. I'm looking for it real quick that I sent to the chat. Where the fuck is?
I get texts from my dad now. He just sends me a link and then goes, "Is this AI?" Like, he knows that I'm pretty much going to tell him, "Yeah, it's AI."
Yeah, but think about it, like, to our parents, they don't know.
No, they can't see it. It's almost like us playing video games when we were little. When a new system came out, like Nintendo 64, this is the best graphics. Look how realistic it is. And then compared to now, where people are watching stuff and it looks like it's even better than what real life is, you know?
Here's the one. This isn't even the one. Oh, yeah. All right, so I've been learning how to finally do this shit on here. Share screens and shit.
No, for sure.
Took me a while, but we're getting there. Instagram messages. And then I want to share that. All right, There we go. So why isn't it popping up? There it is. This video.
Every time I look into your
Uh,
loving eyes,
I gotta mute.
I
Oh, that's funny.
I gotta mute it.
Yeah, they
But
always do that. You're like halfway watching, and then what in the world?
yeah, but they got Harvey Weinstein and Jay-Z lined up in tiles behind them.
Jeez.
David Stern spinning the wheel with Epstein running around in his
Count Dracula.
no,
Cape.
that's the so I just watched this movie the other day, dude. Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh,
I,
yeah, yeah.
that's the scene from Eyes Wide Shut there in the beginning because that's actually filmed at a Rothschild's house. Um,
Really?
yeah, there's so much. Tripoli just did an episode um on Eyes Wide Shut with somebody and the occult stuff with Kubrick and stuff. But
Mm,
yeah, dude, it's so dark and there's so many hidden messages in that movie to where like I have to it's one of those where I have to watch it again because I know I missed a lot of stuff.
yeah.
And then you go back and like I see a lot of clips on Instagram that I'm like, oh yeah, like that makes sense now. Like when someone's like breaking down the scene for you. Like at the
Mhm.
time when you're watching it, I'm like, oh, I didn't really get that. But like there's a scene. Have you ever seen the movie?
I've never seen the movie, but I do have a book that Isaac Weishaupt did called Kubrick's Code, and
Okay.
he breaks down every movie that Kubrick did.
Okay, so there's one scene at the end of this. You've probably heard this then if Isaac did it. Um, at the end of the movie, the daughter like walks around the corner with these two guys,
Mm,
and it's basically her like it's basically symbolizing her like that's their sacrifice. Like she's
yeah.
going to them to join like that's it because of what they had to do because how he got exposed and everything else. So
Yes.
it's fucking wild. Like I'm sitting there watching it, and then I remember I'm like, that's weird. Them kind of two guys have been around, but there's also those aren't the two guys that are like watching her all the time. Like they're always watching her, especially.
There's
There's
one like they're going into a store. They're in like a toy store, I think, and he's around the corner there. And
yep,
then I think there's like another one where they go into the house and he's sitting there with like a young or he's not a young girl, but like probably a girl in her 20s or something like that.
yep. But yeah, that's a funny ass video. Shout out Chatty Annie official. That's a
Yeah, I
great
follow her.
video. Great
She's definitely
video.
for sure.
Yeah, there's definitely some good ones on there. I gotta stop sharing. I don't know how to do that part. There we go. Stop
Um,
sharing. Got it.
yeah.
But yeah, we got some good ones on there. There's sometimes, man, we get in this conspiracy chaos chat gets a little fucking out of hand though. Here's another interesting story. Let me ask you about this one. Go back to sharing my screen. Um, so you know I go down to the city and do the Christmas trees, right?
Yep.
And not this year, but last year, for the second time, I delivered a Christmas tree to Miss Savannah Guthrie. Well, you see what's going on with her mother right now?
That name sounds so familiar. Savannah Guthrie.
She used to host the Today Show.
Oh, okay. She got like light brown hair, like
Yeah, I'm
blonde brown.
trying to pull up the video now. There we
Oh yeah,
go.
yeah.
So right here, Savannah Guthrie delivered a Christmas tree. She was in the kitchen getting her hair done, probably getting ready for a live appearance or something. So her mother disappeared.
Wow.
They don't really know what happened. The I guess it was a couple nights ago. No one heard from her in the middle of the night. She's gone. Everything, her medication, her keys, her phone, everything's at the house. Last person to seen her, I guess I've heard it was son-in-law. I heard it was her daughter. Savannah hasn't talked to her. This is in Arizona. So let's see what the next clip was. This was a decent thing here. Savannah Guthrie played a key role in NBC's news coverage of Jeffrey Epstein's scandal, particularly in 2019 by interviewing several women who accused him of SA. Key details regarding her coverage include interviews with accusers in 2019. Guthrie conducted the exclusive interview with Jennifer Arazo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If not, apologize. Who accused Epstein of the R word, when she was a teenager. There was also a Dateline special in September of 2019 where Guthrie anchored a Dateline NBC special Reckoning, which featured interviews with 6 women, including Virginia Roberts Guthrie, who was allegedly was abused by Epstein. She was also the one in the picture with
Prince Andrew.
Prince Andrew. I almost said president.
She's the one that just died. She passed away, right, in Australia?
Yeah, she was sick, and then she got better, and then she got hit by a bus.
Yeah, and they said it was like she unalived herself.
Yeah, they said they allegedly jumped in front of the bus. Yeah,
Okay.
I bet. So the investigation covered during this period. She also interviewed former Palm Beach Chief Police Michael Ritter regarding the original investigation into Epstein. Viral content. Some of her past interviews with public figures, including Trump, have gone viral in the context of renewed interest in document releases surrounding the Epstein case. Guthrie's focus was primarily on bringing the stories of the survivors to the national audience shortly after Epstein's death in 2019. So with all this shit coming out, do you think this is a way to try to keep her quiet? I mean, obviously she's got a big face. She's in the news all the time. There's another video I got of her.
I think it's too late. I mean, once they're quiet, are they really quiet? I mean, she already said what she needed to say. But I almost wonder if this is like retaliation.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, possibly at this point. They gotta give out, to get someone you love. They always get someone you love. But that's an interesting thing. They don't know where this lady is. She straight up disappeared. We're about 72, or probably over 72 hours in at this point. So it's gonna be 84, I think she said she was. So
jeez.
That's tough. That's a tough one. I just had a friend of mine, their grandmother passed away. She was 106 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Uh-huh. Oh gee. And I said, what did she see in her day?
Yeah. She saw the Great Depression.
She's seen a lot of shit. World War I, II, just missed out on 3.
Yeah.
Here's another interesting video I came across through in the chat the other day. This is really cool.
These are not Yale buildings. They're what's called secret societies, secret social societies. There's a cool history, which I'll get into, but they serve a purpose. We don't have, if you're familiar with fraternities or sororities, they don't have that at Yale, but they have these societies. So when you're in your 3rd year, you get selected by the people that are seniors in the 4th year to be a part of one of the societies. Everyone gets to be a part of one. There's 5 big ones that have these, they call them tombs. They have no windows, they're gated. There's a cool history on why they're like that. This one is called Book and Snake. The famous one is called Skull and Bones. There's actually a movie about it. It's from the 90s. So back in the American Civil War days, a lot of the people at Yale were young, wealthy men from families that owned railroads, textile factories, different industries. They're going to this, getting this elite education. Well, the U.S. government and Yale wanted to know what these people who essentially controlled, the U.S. economy, what they were talking about. They would meet. They'd have a politics one. So that was Skull and Bones. This one is Book and Snake. This was a sciences one. So they'd have these little clubs. So they actually hired people. That's the law school right there, very old building, with binoculars to spy and to read their lips and to take notes and bring it back to them. They found out about it. Windows came out. Fences went up. And now it was a secret. You were in one. So you weren't supposed to tell anyone. Because if I told you, and you were part of the university, I'm in Skull and Bones, you'd say, hey, listen, I'm going to flunk you unless you tell me what's going on. You're going to be my rat inside. Give me all the information. So way back in those days, they became secret. They're fully endowed buildings. They're not owned by the university. They're owned by the society. The 5 big ones like this, it's a big deal to get into one of them. And again, you're not supposed to tell anyone. So our old head coach, who was before me, He was a Yale alum. I'm pretty sure he was in one of the big ones, but even he would not tell him, and that kind of thing. And there's lots of rumors about you get into one of the big ones, like Skull and Bones. When you graduate, you get $50,000 put in your bank account when you graduate. I don't know if it's true. Could have been a story over the years, but it's a cool tradition. And the rest of them that exist that aren't as secret or a big deal, it's a way. Yale's very much about creating networks, getting to know people. So you've been on campus for 3 years, and they try to grab people from different backgrounds. They'll grab a varsity athlete, they'll grab a drama major, a science major, a math major, and they'll try to bring them together. They meet twice a week. They'll do a bio night where I get up and say, my name's Joe, this is my life story, this is what I want to do. Do more of the social ones. The big ones are bringing speakers, maybe alums, or just different things like that. It's another network. It's another circle of people that you've been walking around campus for 3 years but may not have met, because they really believe here at Yale that people that graduate are going to be leaders in different industries as they go on in life, and they want them to be connected and to know each other. So these are not Yale buildings. They're what's called secret.
That's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah. I think they call them something else too. Something schools or school something. Mystery schools.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard
And
that.
like I never heard the snake one, but I do know of Skull and Bones, and that's what George Bush and his dad I think were a part of. And
Yep.
like they had to do something. I guess the idea of it was like they had to dig up Geronimo's bones.
Yeah, we talked about this with Mark a little bit.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was interesting. I was like, man, I have those comics, but I haven't read them. I feel like weird taking them out of the package. I just kind of wanted to like preserve them and keep them as pure
There
as
was
possible, I
something that happened. I'm trying to bring up a little bit of memory I got left. Fucking something happened where someone in the tribe got pissed off or something. There was like a curse put on Geronimo's skull, and yeah, then the skull and bones went looking for it, and then the natives got pissed because they heard they were looking for it and started some. There was some story to it, I remember, but I don't
Yeah.
remember all the way. I got to fucking go back and listen. You
And
ever
I
do
don't know.
that? You ever go back and listen to some of the old episodes just to refresh your memory on shit?
I started with I started at the beginning again for the tinfoil hat episodes,
Oh, really?
and it was so weird because I was like, yeah, I kind of want to know where Sam started at with his like beliefs and stuff. Because for a little bit, he was like, yeah, I believe in the uh chicken-headed snake god or something like that, like
Mm-hmm.
Abraxas or something.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where he was like, "Oh, I'm a Christian. Like I believe in Jesus and stuff." I was like, "What?" I'm surprised that he like turned around and stuff. I was like, I kind of want to know where he came from. Like I never watched the original ones. I probably never caught it. I started probably his show when they were in like a tan studio and like a
Okay. Yeah.
long wooden table, and I think XG was always there. I never saw Johnny. And then
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing like Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo was always on the show and stuff too. Well,
Yeah.
I started over from the beginning, and it had like the like uh he would always say something in his song, "Wake up, Aaron."
Wake
And
up, Aaron. Yeah.
then what's the other guy? Something Ryan, off the grid Ryan.
Off the grid. Yeah. He's really off the grid now, I guess. He was saying a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago.
But I came across like a couple episodes of that, and it was like I was like, let me start this over. So I started over, and I think I started like episode 1, and then I got to like 3 or 4, and it was like they interviewed the detective that was trying to find out what really happened with Tupac or Biggie.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And it was like right at like literally that same day I'm listening to that episode, and my buddy in the next cube over was like, "Bro, did you hear that they got Tupac's murderer?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "It was Keefe D." And I'm like, well, I'm just learning about this now. Like, what in the world? And then
That's wild.
there was like a couple other episodes I started watching, and it was like things that were happening now. He was talking about it then, and it was like I was watching episodes, and news was coming out now based off of stuff that he talked about back then. And like one of my favorites that he did, like I skipped ahead. Oh, I cannot remember his name. He was a comedian, Dan Cummins.
Yeah. Yeah.
He had like some conspiracy channel, like conspiracy podcast, but his was like always trying to debunk them. And I
Okay.
didn't like that. I'm like, dude, let people just enjoy the story or the situation. You don't have to try to
Hmm.
go in and debunk it, especially with the type of stuff that he was talking about. He wasn't really debunking it. He was giving his own opinions on why it didn't matter, kind of thing.
Right. Right.
Well, he was on with Sam and they were talking about full circle. He was talking about uh Epstein and like pizza stuff.
Hmm.
And he was like, "Yeah, I don't believe it's true." And Sam, like literally 30 minutes into the episode, the guy was agreeing with Sam and then contradicting himself just to disagree with Sam within 30 minutes of that episode. And then by the end, Dan Cummins was like, "Holy crap, I had no idea." Like that, I would recommend that episode over any other episode. You'll learn so much about the stuff that happened in DC with the Comet Pizza.
Yeah. Yeah.
You'll learn a
Cosmic.
lot about, or yeah, you'll learn a lot about Epstein, Hillary. You'll learn so much stuff. And Sam was coming with freaking fire. I cannot believe how much stuff he was showing. And then he got that guy to pretty much like, yeah, I don't believe it's a real thing, to being like, holy crap, this is real. And
Mm.
it's like, never heard of the guy again. No,
Yeah.
I never seen him on
Well,
Sam's show again after that.
Well, that's the reason I like certain shows, man. Like especially the like Sam and his style of comedy. Like I'm a fan of him, like Joey Diaz, like just the raw comedians who don't give a shit and they're gonna say it how it is. Like I don't need 40 minutes of crowd work. I want like old school jokes. Like yeah, mixing the crowd work, sure. Someone's heckling you, put 'em down. But like it's just cool like and now seeing as Sam's also developed as like an interviewer and shit and the
Yeah.
guests they get on are so like that karaoke episode was dope.
Oh yeah.
But I hope you know who I hope they bring back. Did you ever listen to Bishop Larry Gators?
Yes, that's who I was thinking of earlier. I was like, he would be so sick to have on as a guest because, like, I used to watch all of his episodes whenever he was on with Sam.
Yeah, the Kobe one he did, bro, was mind blowing, bro.
Yeah,
Mind blowing with the pharmaceutical and everything else, the lawsuit, some crazy, crazy shit, dude. Like that one was really good. I reached out to him. He said he would come on, and then I haven't got a chance to get back in contact with him. But
yeah,
that would be a lot of fun to have brother Bishop Larry Gators.
dude, he was one of my favorites, man. He was like, he would break down different words that had different meanings, and it was
Yeah,
just like, whoa. And then like, he would just break down stuff with like, different things that happened in history and like the significance of them today, like the what was it? I mean, some of them were kind of gross, like the bucking or whatever they called it.
yeah,
And then,
yeah, yeah.
and
The
I feel like
buck.
there was wordplay and stuff. It was just like, oh, I never thought about it like that. He's like, people don't think about this type of stuff, but this is how they set it up to lead into certain things.
Then the one thing with when they dropped the bombs in Oklahoma, or was it Oklahoma or something? And they had the song. We dropped the bomb on me. Like
Oh,
those guys were from that was like their hometown where the bomb was dropped or something, and then there
the
was
Oklahoma City bombing, that one.
no, there was something prior to that in like the 70s or something. Something I forget. I those are episodes I go back and re-listen to, like when I'm just driving around or I'm at work and got no podcast to listen to. I'm like, all right, let me go listen to a brother Bishop Larry Gators real quick, or a Mel K, or someone to that extent.
Yeah, they had like, I remember listening to like a couple episodes, and he even had like the guy from the I don't remember his name, but like the Church of Satan guy. He had like a missing eye or a weird looking eye or something.
Okay.
And like some of those episodes were weird just because Ryan was the booker, and
Yeah, they were like
Ryan
dark, right?
yeah, he was like very anti religion, to the point where he brought on the complete opposite to like almost bring in like evil forces in a way to like get the show going. And like Sam even mentioned like later on, like, yeah, those episodes are kind of like, I kind of wish I didn't have like some of those people on. Like I think his third episode, he had like a girl that was like a Satanist, and
Oh, no shit.
he was talking to her, and but how they explained it and sold you being a Satanist is like, you're God, you're your own God, and it's like you don't have to answer to anything else, or you're not doing anything wrong, you're trying to do other things to help people. And you're like, yeah, you're selling it all as if it's all good, but you're making yourself the higher power. And it was
Right.
like just some things just kind of fell off to me. I was just like, this isn't my thing. I think I had to skip a couple of different episodes, but the beginning ones were so sick. The detective that was going for
With
Tupac
Tupac.
and Biggie, that episode was that episode was so sick to hear that perspective and like him kind of coming up with more information and like giving it to Sam. And it was like right before I think they dropped a documentary or a movie they were working on. I think it was the
Okay.
one with Johnny Depp.
Oh yeah,
They
it was like a HBO or Netflix or one of those dropped it.
Yeah, but they were working on it. They were going to release it, and then they put a pause to it because of the whole lawsuit with him and his chick, the Amber Heard thing.
Yeah, yeah.
They waited until that whole scenario was done, and then they released the movie. And I'm like, finally, I've been waiting for this forever, and then I still haven't watched. I'm like, dang it! But
Damn. Yeah, because there was also on there where when we had XG on, he was talking about the one guest that they never released the episode.
mm,
So yeah, XG was saying that they scrapped one episode because the dude was just like super racist. And he actually mentioned the guy's name if you listen to it. And they never he's like, yeah, we never told anybody who it was. I'm like, hell yeah, exclusive content on Conspiracy Chaos.
yeah. Can I guess the initials? No.
I'm surprised that there hasn't been more. I remember back in the day they had one episode that was some guy was like had a dream or something that thought about it or whatever, but like his whole thing, like his whole story when he came on the show was like, well, I had a dream about it. And Sam's
Mhm.
like, a dream? Like you could tell his reaction. He probably wanted to fucking whoever booked that episode, he probably wanted to kill
You're like, damn it, Mark.
him. Yeah. No, Mark crushes it, man. Mark
I
crushes
remember one
it.
time watching an episode with Mark, and I remember exactly where I was. I was at the gym, and I was just listening to doing some cardio and stuff and working out. And I didn't know that Mystic Mark from My Family Thinks I'm Crazy was the same as Mark the Booker. I didn't correlate the two together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was like listening to them, and all of a sudden, like Sam just started going off on him, and I'm like, "Holy crap! I've never seen or heard Sam mad before." And it was like they were arguing, but I was like, "How is this guy arguing? Like, why? For one, why is Sam arguing with this guy? Like, I didn't think Mark did anything wrong." And then Mark started kind of going back at him, and I'm like, "What in the world is going on?" Like this guy, and then I never saw Mark on an episode ever again after that. And then
Yeah,
I started following Mystic Mark, and like some people were suggesting him to follow. So then I started following him and stuff. And then somebody was like, "Oh yeah, Mark the Booker, he's on My Family Thinks I'm Crazy." I was like, "Wait, Mystic Mark and Mark the Booker are the same person?" And I
that's
messaged
sick.
him. I was like, I actually reached out to him like, "Hey, would you ever be down to do an episode?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And I was like, "Hey, are you also Mark the Booker?" He was like, "Yeah, that's me." I was like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, dude, he's like 6'7", 6'7", 6'5", 6'7". He's tall as shit. I mean, I'm 6'2", and I was like, damn, this dude's fucking giant. He's
Jeez,
like,
I'd be
he's,
like, uppies.
he's like, I'm a Nephilim.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, he's super dope. He's super dope. There's one more video I wanted to pull up here that I was just looking at. I was hoping to get Florida Mike on, but he's cooked. He just messaged me back. Been a
Oh man.
long weekend for long week, I should say, for Florida Mike. This is the first week I've worked like 4 or 5 full days. I've had like 3 or 4 consecutive 4-day weeks because I had a scheduled day off after the national championship because my Hurricanes were in there. So I took, and then one week before that, my daughter was sick one day. I had to take a day off, and then last week we had a snow day for like the first time ever because all
Jeez.
that's 2 feet of snow we got. All right, let me share this up here. So it's been a fucking long week, working 5 days.
Yeah, sounds rough. I worked from home all week for the most part. I was like, oh,
That's nice. I wish I could do that, but unfortunately, I got to go out there and put that physical labor in. All right, so the untold $1 billion story behind MH370's disappearance. This is from Brian La Capone. La Capone, something to that extent. It didn't vanish, it was stolen. The $1 billion heist the world was ordered to forget. They sold you a tragedy. The reality is calculated extraction. If you understand who was on that plane, what they carried, the official story falls apart in seconds.
Was this the Malaysian
Yep,
airline?
this is
Okay.
Malaysia. Yep. Mathematically impossible. Look at the facts without the media filter. A Boeing 777 is a flying data center. It has 4 redundant power systems, multiple locators, and military grade transponders. Has a radar blanked out instantly. The black box was never found. The phone rang for hours with no answer. How does a massive object vanish from the most watched patch of ocean on Earth? It didn't crash. Well, it was cloaked. Oh shit.
Mm. I'm glad you went back.
Me too. Me too. The 20 men who knew too much. MH370 wasn't carrying tourists. It was transporting 20 senior experts from Freescale Semiconductor. These weren't just engineers. They were the architects of next generation electronic warfare, radar cloaking technology. They held the keys to making military aircraft invisible to the world. They were the asset. The plane was just the packaging.
Mm.
4 dead, 1 billionaire. Kibono, who benefits? 4 days after the flight vanished, a massive U.S. patent for the Freescale technology was approved. The ownership was P.D. Wong, 20%. Jae-hoon Lee, 20%. Ji-hong Chen, 20%. Li Yang, 20%. They were all on MH370, and the only member of that ownership was Freescale Semiconductor. The law: if a patent holder dies, the share reverts to the company. The result:
Mm.
Freescale owned by Jacob Rothschild's Blackstone Group, instantly inherited 100% of the rights.
Wow.
The invisibility cloak, the irony is suffocating. The very technology these men created, advanced electronic jamming and radar invisibility, was likely used to hide the plane itself. Reporters suggest the plane was equipped with prototype of this cloaking tech. This wasn't an accident. This was a live field test. The Diego Garcia connection. Why did they focus on the southern Indian Ocean? Because that's where they wanted you to look. Initial radar tracks showed the plane hooking sharply northwest, not south. The path leads directly to one place, Diego Garcia, a top secret military base. The proof? This is the piece of evidence they tried to scrub from the internet. Philip Wood, an IBM executive on board, allegedly managed to hide his iPhone 5. A photo surfaced from this device, pitch black image, but the EIXIF data told the truth. GPS coordinates, Diego Garcia military base. The message: I have been held hostage by unknown military personnel. I think I'm going to die. If this was fake, why did the FBI aggressively wipe the source? This is crazy.
Jeez.
Theater debris. Years later, Flatiron washes up on a reunion island. The media cheered. Case closed. Look closer. The Marine left barnacles on the debris. Didn't match the time and water. The serial numbers were missing. ID plates. Experts claim the damage was inconsistent with a high-speed crash. It wasn't wreckage. It was a prop, planted to provide closure to the families and to stop the questions. Welcome to the shadow world. MH370 reveals the true hierarchy of power. Governments are puppets. The real power lies with the military industrial complex and the banking dynasties that fund them. They wanted the tech, they silenced the creators, they consolidated the wealth. The terrifying truth: we're not citizens to them, we are collateral. And we're collateral damage in their pursuit of total dominance. Damn. Here's the part that actually matters. You don't need to believe every detail of this story to understand the lesson. When systems fail, when information disappears, the decisions are made far above your pay grade. The people with one income source feel it first, not because they did anything wrong, but because they're built their entire life inside a system they don't control. You don't escape uncertainty by predicting the future. You escape it by owning income, producing assets uh, that don't depend on an employer, one industry, one policy change. That's why I don't rely on a single paycheck. I focus on building a reliable digital asset. This is going to lead into some type of fucking thing, but yeah, dude.
Pyramid scheme. Nah.
Yeah. But pretty fucking interesting, dude, when you really think about it, because it's true.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I heard right away, that there was a scientist on there, and it kind of all makes fucking sense. That's the most reading out loud I've done since fucking 10th grade.
Did good.
There was one time, dude, we were on Anthony's podcast doing something, and he hit me with a golf course name, and he gave it to me, like, and I thought he did it on purpose, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck do you got me reading over here? Like, I totally butchered it.
That's too funny.
Totally butchered it. So, what have you been doing over there at Conspiracy of a Dead Man, bro? What do you got? What do you got going on? I know you just dropped an episode with our homie Sam.
Yeah. I've been trying to do like the it's hard to kind of book my guys, just trying to schedule everybody and make sure like everybody can kind of get together. Um I've been looking at more or less like whenever I drop the trauma dumping episodes, I could just knock those out by myself. I could do 30 minutes and be done, or an hour by myself and be done, or have a guest on one on one. And then we'll try to do, I'll do those more like weekly. And then we'll probably try to do like me and one of the other guys or a couple guys, and maybe do that like maybe once a month for the speaking code. And then
Yeah.
if we have like a huge guest on, we'll try to get like all four of us. And that's kind of like our, it's weird to say, but it's almost like if you looked at like sports, like it's our normal game. That's me by myself, and then
Mm-hmm.
once we get other people involved, like on our crew, that's like the playoffs. And then whenever we get like a big guest, that's like our Super Bowl or our World Series, and it's like we'll get all four of us together to be on one big episode. But lately, it's just been kind of hard to kind of get everybody all on the same page or locals. So
It's tough, man. It's tough. Yeah, it's tough with especially Florida Mike, and like me and Anthony got it pretty good. Like with our once we get it, we can do it. You know, we got to do it at 9 o'clock. We got little ones, so we gotta always try to record. But we have that schedule down where the wives are good with it, and they get it. So that helps out a lot. Those having cooperative counterparts on that end of shit, because Mike too. I mean, his girl's usually working, but for the most part, when she gets home, it's we're sitting there recording. We see her walking through the back half the time, just getting home.
no, that's cool.
But
Yeah, other than that though, we've just been having fun, man, trying to make some more merch and stuff and trying to make some more like moves. I got a few more designs we're gonna do for like the what's in your cups. Like I got some speaking code stickers with the Bigfoot. It looks like Jurassic Park, but then you got a
okay,
big UFO in the background. And
hell
then
yeah,
you got a couple of these ones that we just did. It's like it's a UFO with like abducting a cow. It just says speaking
oh
code.
nice, nice,
Made them into
yeah,
a bunch of magnets. So we're gonna start adding those to like the what's in your cups. So if anybody
nice.
wants a cup, we're not just gonna send you a mug with our designs and stuff on it. We're gonna fill it with a bunch of nonsense, cool stuff to go with it.
Yeah, and I will vouch for that. He hooked us the hell up. Shirts, cup mugs, stickers, bunch of Paranoid American stuff. Yeah, you hooked us up for sure, man. We appreciate you. And speaking of merch, man, I got a link sent to me from our buddy Sergio the other day. Um, that's it's looking nice, man. I'm just whenever he's ready to launch it, I'm ready to get that advertising that thing.
Nice.
We got the merch coming. He hooked up some shirts. Hoodies were on there, t-shirts. So yeah, real excited about getting that rolling.
That's
Real
super sick.
excited. Real excited about getting that rolling for sure. I know Anthony and Mike are as well. So looking forward to it, man. And then hopefully what we were talking about in the group chat the other day, start setting that up soon and getting our own little allegiance going.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
that would be a lot of fun.
I asked Swank to help with some of that stuff. He was like, "Yeah, I'm down," but he's been trying to tweak it and make it a little bit more like his own. I don't know if he's gonna put it on the website too, so he might try to work on that or try to
Okay.
hit up Sergio see if he could do that too. So we'll see.
All right.
But yeah, then some of the stuff I've been working on, like I got some weird designs I'm working on too. But like I feel like Wu-Tang Clan.
Mm-hmm.
This is like
Oh, hell yeah.
Kind of like my play on it, but
Yeah, yeah.
we probably try to get something like that and put them on the site and stuff too. So we'll try to hook people up with some merch. But
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because we're gonna do a hoodie giveaway for our 2000th follower. We're gonna do some type of raffle or something to that extent, and try to figure out something from there. To do a little giveaway. I don't know how it's a little bit like with the golf one. We could say, follow this golf company, follow us, and we'll give you a putter. But
yeah,
with this, I don't know how we'll do it, but we'll figure it out. We'll do like a random wheelie. Got to follow our YouTube and our Instagram to be the winner type thing.
yeah. Comment on both. Tell
Yeah,
them which episode you just watched.
comment on both. I'll keep track. I'll have Anthony do something and fucking keep track of it. We got an episode tonight. Who is it? What is he talking about? I'm like the guy who knows nothing about conspiracies, did no fucking research. Hop on, buddy. Did you listen to the end of one of our episodes where we read the review? It might have been
No.
the XG episode, honestly, or no, it might not even have dropped yet. Oh, this is
Could have been with Plunder World.
no, who was it? It wasn't Plunder. It might have been it might have been after Sam's episode. It was after Sam Mysteries, Web of Mysteries. Dude, I never laughed so hard in my fucking life. It was just as hard as I was laughing we had Sam on. I'll give everybody a little sneak peek here. I don't know when I might drop this before this comes out. But there's a part where I'm like, Ant, read, because I'm on my phone recording, so I can't read. I'm like, Ant, check if we got any reviews. He's like, oh yeah, we got a new one. And he starts reading, and he's like, it says something like RGB, probably the most knowledgeable one, and Mike always chiming in with great content. Anthony does too when he's not talking about a personal story or something to that extent. And it's like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah,
We were dying.
that's funny.
But yeah, that dude he had us crying that night. That was it was right before we got off, so I was dying. He got roasted for like 10 minutes by me and Mikey right after.
That's cool. At least he could take it, you know.
Yeah, he's like, do I talk over it? I go, Ant, go back and listen to a podcast. I go, there's not one episode that you didn't say. Well, me and my wife went here, or me and my family go here, or da 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 da. I'm like, everything.
You're like, I don't care. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, basically, I'm like, Ant, do you think people give a shit about your time you walk through fucking the mall?
Nah, that's too funny.
Yeah, that's funny shit. But yeah, man, this is fun doing this, man. Chopping it up here for a few, getting into some shit. We're gonna definitely. I appreciate you too, man, because when we were supposed to have a guest here tonight, the boys couldn't make it. I reached out to COAD to see if he would jump on as a co-host tonight. I appreciate you jumping on, man. Having my back when I needed someone in that the co-pilot seat there.
Yeah,
Appreciate
anytime.
you for that. But yeah, why don't you let the listeners know where they can find you?
You can find us anywhere on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, Spotify, X, Instagram, speakingcode.com or speakingcode.com. What am I talking about? Speaking Code, all one word. It's SPEAKINCOAD because we speak in code in here.
That's right. That's right. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you guys go like, subscribe, share, leave that 5-star review. Let Anthony know how you really feel about him. We appreciate it for the good laugh. But now we'll catch you guys on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll be releasing episodes. Got some great content coming out for you. Got off to a great start here in 2026, and we're going to keep it coming. COAD, appreciate you jumping on, brother, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace.
This is conspiracy chaos. Truth, fiction, or both? Let's dive in.